I came across Olive because my daughter Hannah's teacher in year 3 said Hannah was doing great in everything, but her spelling is poor. They said some kids just get spellings and some kids don't. And her year 4 teacher said the same. Being dyslexic myself, I thought she could be too. Now she was being expected to know how to spell tricky words that follow no rules. She was struggling. I stumbled across Olive on Facebook as someone local to help dyslexic children, and I called her. She very confidently told me that she could help me and Hannah to remember spellings by explaining we probably don't see words in our head. I had never heard this or thought of this, and that she said that is why we can't spell tricky words. She asked me if I could see the word lion, and I could. So I was not totally convinced, but thought I would order her book and tutorial CD and do a Zoom class with her. While I was listening to the tutorial CD, I had a realisation that Olive might be right. On the CD, she said, if you can see the word lion in your head, next try and see the word giraffe. I could not. I had no idea how to spell giraffe. I looked it up, held the word up so I could picture it in the top half of my mind, and to my amazement, when I took the paper away, I could remember it easily. And when I woke the next morning, and every morning till now, I asked myself if I can remember it, and I can. I could not believe how easy it was. All I had to do was read the word from my mind. I could not believe it. Someone had finally explained why I struggled to spell words. I simply could not see them. It's like I had been working with my eyes closed for my whole life, and now someone has told me to open them. I actually still can't see long words, but I see groups of 3 to 4 letters, and it's the syllables of the words, and that's now how I read the words in my mind. Once I've held up a word on a piece of paper above my eye line for a few seconds, I can easily memorise it, and so far I have not forgotten any of the words I've learnt. My daughter had 2 30-minute sessions with Olive and has now not needed any more. She picked it up extremely quickly. The night before our first lesson, I asked her if she could see the word and in her mind, and she said she couldn't. So I said, can she see the letter A in her mind? And she still said no. But I then asked if she could picture a balloon. She instantly said, yes, I can see an orange balloon with a white string. And then after a few seconds, she said, oh, and it's got a number 6 on it. So then I went, right, can you change that number 6 for a letter A? And then she was like, yeah, I can see a letter A if it's on a balloon. Right, so then we had our tutorial with Olive. And after 20 minutes of speaking with Olive, I realised that Hannah was picking this up and was getting it. And this is because she got me to hold up the word idea in front of Hannah's eyes, or just above her eye line. I took it away. She asked her if she could still see it. She very clearly said yes. And then Olive said, can you just say it to me backwards? And she easily read the word backwards like she was reading it off a wall. I just couldn't believe it. And since then, Hannah has learned hundreds of words and all her times tables. She has been doing spellings every Friday in school. Since learning this technique, she's not got a single spelling wrong. She's been doing this for probably about 3 months. She is like a machine. I just cannot believe it. She is able to reply the words forwards and backwards to me without any problem. She says them super fast. I show her them in the evening, and by the next morning I quiz her on them, and she just knows them so easily. Until this time, Hannah and myself had been people who could not spell words out loud. If someone had asked us to, we would say, can I write it down? When I'm asked on the phone to spell my married name that's 8 letters long, I would always struggle, and I'd just have to take a guess. And now I know why. If I cannot read the word off my mind, how would I be able to do this? I know the letters in it, but they're just all a jumble in my head, so I would just say them in an order and hope for the best. I was diagnosed with dyslexia at the age of 7 and was often told dyslexia is like the wires between your eyes and brain are twisted and you need to be taught differently. Well, thinking about it, I was never actually taught a different way of learning. I just had extra one-on-one time with a tutor and more time in exams. My reading age did not improve and my spellings did not improve. I was just able to use a computer to spell check, and I was never asked to read aloud in class to save my embarrassment. Looking back, I had an excuse for being let off reading and writing, but I was never had shown a way to improve them. Olive is the only person to explain why I've struggled with spellings, and it all makes so much sense. Not only that, but to be told such a simple solution, just hold words up so you can bank them in your image memory, it's brilliant. I'm also finding I don't have to hold words up. Now I know this theory, but now I'm telling myself to picture the words in my head. I'm taking a mental image of it, even if I'm not holding it up. It's basically brain training. And my daughter loves learning spellings now because she never ever gets them wrong. We received her end of year report from her teacher that said she's doing as expected of her age in every subject, and that she had told the teacher her favourite subject was spellings. As I struggled with reading and writing at school and never overcame this, I focused all my attentions on art and design, and I've had a successful career as a digital artist. But it is a shame that for a lot of people, you're either good at one thing or another. And if I'd been able to visualise words as well as images, I could have done anything with my life. So I really hope that more children know about this so they can do any subject they want and succeed with it.